3 in the morning on a Tuesday in November, my phone rang, and everything I believed about my life crumbled. My name is Alexandra Hayes, 28 years old, graphic designer living in Portland, Oregon. Just me and my mom against the world since my dad died when I was 12. We were best friends. Or at least, I thought we were. A small bedroom in a Portland apartment. Gray walls, minimalist design posters, a desk cluttered with sketches and graphic tablets. The blue glow of a digital clock reads 3:07 a.m. The phone vibrates violently on the nightstand. The name on the screen, Northwest Medical Center. Nobody calls you at 3 in the morning with good news. I learned that when my dad had his accident. That ringtone, it's like the world stops spinning for a second before it collapses. I wake up startled, blonde hair messy, green eyes still blurry with sleep. My voice is hoarse. Hello. A calm but urgent voice on the other end. Is this Alexandra Hayes, daughter of Rebecca Hayes? My heart races. Yes, that's me. What happened? Is my mom okay? This is Dr. Morrison from Northwest Medical Center in Seattle. Your mother was brought in 40 minutes ago. She's had a myocardial infarction, a heart attack. She's stable now, but you should come as soon as possible. The words hit like punches. Heart attack. Stable. Come as soon as possible. My mother was 52 years old. She ran 3 times a week. Didn't smoke. Didn't drink. How was this even possible? I throw on whatever clothes I can find, sweatpants, an old NYU hoodie my dad gave me years ago, sneakers. I grab my keys, my wallet, my phone. I'm out the door in less than 5 minutes. A blue Honda Civic cuts through the darkness of Interstate 5 heading north. Light rain hits the windshield. The lights from the street lamps create ghostly reflections on the wet asphalt. Portland to Seattle. 3 hours of driving. I drive on autopilot, my brain running on a loop. She'll be fine, she has to be fine. But deep down, a voice whispers, what if she's not? I grip the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turn white. Tears stream silently down my face as the city lights disappear in the rearview mirror. The radio plays something soft and melancholic, an indie song I don't recognize. I turn it off. The silence is worse, so I turn it back on. Nothing feels right. I think about the last time I talked to my mom. 2 days ago. A quick phone call about Thanksgiving plans. She sounded distracted. I asked if everything was okay. She said she was just tired from work. Was that a lie? Was she already feeling sick? Why didn't she tell me? The questions pile up in my mind, one after another, until I can't think straight anymore. I arrive at Northwest Medical Center just as the sun starts to rise, a weak, gray light filtering through heavy clouds. Seattle looks like it's been dipped in steel. The hospital is massive, all glass and concrete, designed to look modern and comforting but somehow managing to feel cold and impersonal. I park in the emergency lot and run inside. Harsh fluorescent white lights. The smell of disinfectant mixed with stale coffee. The constant sound of machines beeping, nurses speaking softly, shoes squeaking on linoleum. I walk quickly down the corridor, still wearing my hoodie under my rain jacket. My sneakers leave wet marks on the floor. Hospitals have a specific smell. A smell of fear disguised as cleanliness. Of life hanging by a thread. Of goodbyes you're never ready to say. I reach the cardiac ICU reception desk. A nurse with tired but kind eyes greets me. You're here for Rebecca Hayes? Yes. I'm her daughter. How is she? Dr. Morrison will speak with you, but she's resting now. The next 24 hours are critical. You can see her, but only for a few minutes. She leads me down another corridor, past rooms with closed doors and beeping machines. Each room looks the same, a glimpse of someone's worst day. We stop at room 412. The nurse opens the door gently. A small room. Beige walls, a window with blue curtains drawn shut. Machines everywhere. Tubes, wires, monitors displaying green lines that rise and fall hypnotically. In the bed lies Rebecca Hayes, 52 years old. Dark brown hair streaked with gray, pale skin, closed eyes. She looks smaller, more fragile than I remember. My mother was always the strongest person I knew. She raised a daughter alone after losing her husband. Worked 2 jobs to send me to college. Never complained. Never broke down. Seeing her there, so vulnerable, it was like seeing a superhero without their cape. I approach slowly, as if any sudden movement might break something. I pull up a plastic chair and sit beside the bed, taking her cold hand between mine. Mom, I'm here. I'm right here. You're gonna be okay. You have to be okay. Silence. Just the constant beep 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 of the heart monitor. Her chest rises and falls steadily. The machines say she's alive. Stable. But she looks so far away, like she's somewhere I can't reach. I sit there for what feels like hours but is probably only 20 minutes. The nurse comes back and tells me I need to let her rest. I nod, squeeze my mom's hand one more time, and stand to leave. That's when I notice it. On the side table, her phone. An iPhone with a purple floral case. The screen lights up with a notification. Message on the screen. We need to talk. This can't wait anymore. DM. It wasn't the first message I saw. The phone hadn't stopped vibrating since I entered the room. 3, 4, 6 messages. All from the same number. All from the same contact. DM. I should have ignored it. Should have respected her privacy. But there was something about the insistence of those messages. Something wrong. I walked to a window at the end of the corridor, holding my mother's phone. Outside, Seattle wakes under a heavy gray sky. The Space Needle rises in the distance, shrouded in mist. I look at the phone. The screen demands a password. I knew the password. Of course I knew. It was my birthday. 0-4-1-5. She always said it was the most important day of her life. My fingers tremble over the screen. I type it in. The phone unlocks. The first thing I see, 47 unread messages from DM. I open them. Rebecca, please answer me. I know you're angry, but we need to talk about this. You can't keep running from the truth. She deserves to know. We deserve to know. You promised you'd tell her when the time was right. When is that time? Rebecca. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep living like this. And then the last message, sent at 11:47 p.m. the night before. If you won't tell her, I will. I'm done hiding. My stomach turns. Who was DM? What was my mother hiding? And who was she? Me. It had to be me, right? But why would I need to know something? I scroll up in the conversation. Deleted messages. So many deleted messages. Only fragments remain. Can't believe you kept this from me for so long. The adoption papers are still in Baltimore. She looks just like you know. Adoption papers? Baltimore. My mother never lived in Baltimore. Or, at least that's what she always told me. My hands are shaking now. I lean against the window, my breath fogging the glass. I look back toward room 412. The door is closed. Nurses pass by, busy with their routines. No one notices me standing here, my entire world turning upside down. I need to know more. I find a bathroom down the hall and lock myself in one of the stalls. I sit on the closed toilet lid, my mother's phone trembling in my hands. I open the photo gallery. Folders. Lots of folders. Some normal, Thanksgiving 2024, Alex's birthday, garden project. But there's a hidden folder at the bottom, with no name, just a lock icon. I try to open it. It asks for a password. My mother had a password-protected folder. In all the years I'd known her, she never had secrets. Never had anything to hide. Or so I thought. I try several combinations. My birthday. Dad's birthday. Mom's birthday. Nothing. Then, almost without thinking, I type 0-8-1-9-9-6. My father's birth date. The folder opens. And that's when my world collapsed for the second time that night. Photos. Dozens of photos. Rebecca with a man. Not my father. Someone I'd never seen before. Gray hair, glasses, gentle smile. They're at restaurants, parks, by a lake. The dates on the photos, the last 2 years. But that's not what shocks me. It's the third person in the photos. A young woman. Early 20s. Wavy brown hair like Rebecca's. Green eyes like mine. The same face shape. The same smile. I stare at that girl and it's like looking into a distorted mirror. She was me, but she wasn't. Who the hell was this person? I scroll through more photos. Dozens of them. Rebecca, the man, and this girl, laughing, hugging, celebrating what looks like a birthday with a cake that says, Happy 23rd Chloe. Chloe. I zoom in on one photo. The girl is wearing a necklace, a small silver locket. My mother has an identical one. I always thought it was unique, a gift from my father. But here's this stranger wearing the same one. My chest tightens. I can't breathe. The bathroom stall feels like it's closing in on me. Who is Chloe? Why does she look like me? Why is my mother with her? I keep scrolling. There are screenshots too. Text conversations between my mother and DM. One catches my eye. She's asking questions, Rebecca. She wants to meet you. I know. I'm not ready. What if she hates me? She won't hate you. She just wants to understand. I abandoned her, David. There's no way to make that okay. David. So DM is David. And they're talking about someone my mother abandoned? My mind races. The adoption papers. Baltimore. A girl who looks like me. No, it can't be. But the pieces are clicking into place, even though I don't want them to. My mother had another child. Before me. And she gave her up for adoption. I spend the next hour in that bathroom, going through every message, every photo, every piece of evidence of this hidden life my mother lived. The more I find, the more questions I have. David Miller. 55 years old, according to a LinkedIn profile I find when I search his name. Insurance consultant based in Baltimore. Previously worked for Apex Life Insurance, the same company my mother worked for 20 years ago, before I was born. Before my father died, my mother told me she worked in insurance for a few years but quit after I was born to focus on being a mom. She went back to work when my father died. Different company, different city. She never mentioned Baltimore. She never mentioned David Miller. I find his Facebook profile. It's mostly private, but his profile picture shows him with the same kind smile from the hidden photos. His cover photo is a quote, "The truth will set you free, but first it will make you miserable." How fitting. I go back to the text messages. There are hundreds, going back 2 years. Most are deleted, but enough fragments remain to paint a picture. 2 years ago, David reached out to my mother through LinkedIn. He said he had information about their daughter and needed to talk. At first, my mother ignored him. Then she blocked him. Then, 3 months later, she unblocked him and responded, "How did you find me?" His response, "She found me first. She's been looking for us." From there, the conversations become more frequent. They meet in person, neutral locations, always careful, always secret. Coffee shops in Tacoma. A park in Olympia. Once, a hotel lobby in Vancouver. They talk about Chloe, about the adoption, about the choice they made 30 years ago. And slowly, my mother starts to build a relationship with this daughter she gave away. But she never tells me. Why? Why would she hide this from me? I find a voice memo in the deleted files, recovered from a backup. My mother's voice, shaky and tearful. I don't know how to tell Alex. She thinks she's my only child. She thinks she's the most important thing in my life. And she is. She always has been. But Chloe is part of me too. How do I explain that I gave away a daughter? How do I make her understand that I was 18, terrified, and alone? That I thought I was doing the right thing? How do I tell her she has a sister? I listened to it 3 times, tears streaming down my face. My mother was 18 when she had Chloe. The same age I was when I started college, still figuring out how to do my own laundry. She gave her baby to strangers. And then she met my father, started a new life, and never looked back. Until Chloe found her. I find more photos. Recent ones. My mother and Chloe, just the 2 of them. Coffee dates. A bookstore visit. A walk along a waterfront I don't recognize. In every photo, my mother looks happy, lighter, like a weight has been lifted, but also guilty. You can see it in her eyes, the shame, the fear of being caught. I find a calendar entry from 3 days ago. Tell Alex the truth. But she didn't. She never got the chance. Because David sent that final message. The ultimatum. If you won't tell her, I will. I'm done hiding. And that night, my mother had a heart attack. I need to talk to David Miller. I find his number in my mother's contacts and stare at it for a full 5 minutes before I work up the courage to call. It rings 4 times. Then a man's voice, deep and cautious. Hello. My voice comes out shaky. Is this David Miller? A pause. Yes. Who's this? This is Alexandra Hayes, Rebecca's daughter. A sharp intake of breath. Alexandra. I've been trying to reach your mother. Is she? She's in the hospital. She had a heart attack last night. Silence. Then, quietly, oh my God. I found your messages. I know about Chloe. Another pause, longer this time. I hear him moving, a door closing. When he speaks again, his voice is strained. I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. Why didn't she tell me? She was scared. She didn't know how. She kept saying she needed more time, but time ran out. I'm standing in a hospital corridor, talking to a stranger about my mother's secret life, and I don't even know where to start. Tell me everything. From the beginning. David takes a deep breath. Your mother and I met in 1993. We were both 18, working summer jobs at an insurance office in Baltimore. We dated for about 6 months. It was intense. First love, you know? We thought we'd be together forever. Then she got pregnant. My mother was pregnant at 18. I can barely process this. Neither of us was ready. Her parents were strict, religious. My family was broke. We were kids ourselves. We thought adoption was the kindest thing we could do. Give the baby a chance at a real family, a stable life. Did you want to keep her? His voice breaks. Every single day, I regretted that decision. But your mother, she was so sure. She said it was the only way. So we went through with it. Chloe was born in February 1994. We held her for 2 hours. Then we signed the papers. 2 hours. My mother held her first daughter for 2 hours and then gave her away. What happened after that? We couldn't handle it. The grief, the guilt. We broke up a month later. Your mother moved to Oregon for college. I stayed in Maryland. We never spoke again. Until 2 years ago. Until 2 years ago. How did Chloe find you? Ancestry DNA test. A lot of adoptees use them now to find biological family. She matched with a distant cousin on my side, tracked me down through social media. When she reached out, I was shocked. But also, relieved. I'd spent 30 years wondering about her. And you told my mom. I had to. Chloe wanted to meet her. She had questions. Medical history, family background, why we gave her up. She deserved answers. So my mom agreed to meet her. Eventually. It took months of convincing. Your mother was terrified that meeting Chloe would mean losing you. Losing me? Why would she lose me? Because she thought you'd hate her. She thought you'd see her as a liar, someone who abandoned a child. She was ashamed. I sit down on a bench in the hallway, my legs suddenly weak. Does Chloe know about me? Yes. Your mother told her everything. Chloe knows she has a sister. And what does she think about that? She wants to meet you. She's wanted to for months. But your mother kept stalling, saying the timing wasn't right. I close my eyes. My entire life, I thought I was an only child. The sole focus of my mother's love. And now I find out there's someone else, someone who came first, someone my mother gave away but never forgot. Where is Chloe now? Boston. She works as a nurse at Mass General. A nurse. Of course. My mother always wanted me to go into medicine. I thought it was just a parent thing, but now I wonder, was she trying to live vicariously through me because she couldn't be there for Chloe? I need to see her. Alexandra, maybe you should wait until your mother wakes up. Let her explain. No. I need to see her now. I need to meet my sister. David is quiet for a moment. Then, I'll send you her number. But please, be gentle with her. She's been through a lot too. After I hang up with David, I sit in the hospital corridor for a long time, staring at my mother's phone. Chloe's number is now saved in my contacts, sent by David with a brief message. Her name is Chloe Miller. She's a good person. Give her a chance. I don't call yet. I can't. I need to process this first. I go back to room 412. My mother is still unconscious, still pale, still hooked up to machines. I sit beside her and just stare. Who are you? I thought I knew you. I thought we told each other everything. But you've been living a double life for 2 years. Seeing your other daughter. Building a relationship with her while keeping me in the dark. Why? The door opens and Dr. Morrison enters. He's in his 50s, with kind eyes and a tired smile. Miss Hayes. How are you holding up? I don't know. He checks the monitors, makes some notes on a tablet. Your mother is stable. The next 48 hours will tell us more, but she's a fighter. I nod, unable to speak. Is there anyone else we should call? Other family. I almost say no, but then I stop. There might be. I'll let you know. He nods and leaves. I look back at my mother. You have another daughter. And I have a sister. How do I even begin to deal with that? Hours pass. I refuse to leave her side. Nurses come and go. Dr. Morrison checks in twice more. Around noon, a social worker stops by. She's young, maybe 30, with a clipboard and a sympathetic expression. Miss Hayes? I'm Karen, one of the social workers here. I wanted to check in and see if you need anything. Food, a place to rest, someone to talk to. I'm fine. She doesn't look convinced. Have you eaten anything today? I realize I haven't. The last thing I ate was a granola bar yesterday afternoon. I'll get something later. Karen sits down beside me. Sometimes when we're in shock, we forget to take care of ourselves. It's okay to step away for a bit. Your mother would want you to eat. I look at her, this stranger trying to be kind, and suddenly I'm angry. You don't know what my mother would want. I don't even know what my mother would want. Karen's expression doesn't change. She just nods gently. This is really hard. I can see that. And just like that, the anger drains away and I'm just exhausted. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. It's okay. You're going through something unimaginable. If only she knew. That evening, I finally leave the hospital. The nurses insist my mother won't wake up tonight and that I need rest. I drive back to Seattle, to my mother's apartment in the Fremont neighborhood. It's a small one-bedroom place she moved into after I went to college. She said she didn't need much space anymore. I unlock the door with the spare key she gave me years ago. The apartment is exactly as I remember. Clean, organized, decorated with photos of us. Me as a baby, me at my high school graduation, me at college, me at my first real job. But now I look at these photos differently. In every single one, my mother is smiling. But was she thinking about Chloe? Was she wondering what her other daughter was doing? I walk through the apartment slowly. The living room, the kitchen, the small balcony with potted plants. Then I go to her bedroom. It's simple. A queen bed with a blue comforter, a dresser, a closet. On the nightstand, a framed photo of my father. I sit on the edge of the bed and just breathe. Then I notice the dresser. The bottom drawer is slightly open, like someone closed it in a hurry. I kneel down and pull it open fully. Inside, files, medical records, tax documents, old receipts. And at the very bottom, a small wooden box I've never seen before. I lift it out. It's old, the wood worn smooth. There's no lock. I open it. Inside, letters, photos, a birth certificate, and a hospital bracelet. The birth certificate reads, Baby Girl Hayes. Born February 14, 1994. Mother, Rebecca Ann Hayes. Father, David Michael Miller. The hospital bracelet says the same. And the photos, they're Polaroids. A tiny baby with wisps of dark hair. My mother, looking impossibly young, holding her. David beside her, both of them crying. On the back of one photo, my mother's handwriting, Chloe, our beautiful girl. I'm so sorry. I find a letter, yellowed with age, addressed to my daughter, when you're ready to know. I hesitate. This was meant for me. But my mother never gave it to me. I unfold it carefully. The first lines hit me like a freight train. You were never supposed to find this. But you deserve the truth. The letter continues, My dearest Alexandra, if you're reading this, it means you've learned about your sister. And you're probably angry, confused, and hurt. I don't blame you. I would be too. I need you to understand that I never meant to lie to you. I didn't know how to tell you. When I was 18, I got pregnant. I was terrified. My parents had already disowned me for dating David. He wasn't the right kind of boy in their eyes. I had no money, no support, no idea how to raise a child. David and I thought adoption was the kindest thing we could do. We thought we were giving our baby a chance at a better life than we could provide. So on February 14, 1994, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Chloe Marie. And 2 hours later, I handed her to a social worker and watched her disappear. It broke me. I spent years in therapy, trying to forgive myself. David and I couldn't survive the guilt. We fell apart. I moved to Oregon to escape the memories. I met your father, we fell in love, and then you came along. You were my second chance. My redemption. I poured everything into being a good mother to you because I failed Chloe. But I never forgot her. Not for a single day. 2 years ago, she found me. Through DNA tests and internet searches and sheer determination. She wanted to meet me. She wanted to know why I gave her up. I was terrified. Terrified that meeting her would mean losing you. That you'd think I loved her more, or that you weren't enough for me. But you were always enough. You are my heart, Alexandra. You saved me. Chloe deserved to know her story. She deserved answers. So I met with her. And she's wonderful. Smart, kind, compassionate. Everything I hoped she'd be. I wanted to tell you. God, I wanted to tell you so many times. But I was a coward. I was afraid you'd hate me. Afraid you'd see me as a monster who abandoned her child. Please don't hate your sister. None of this is her fault. She's innocent in all of this. And please, if you can, forgive me. I love you more than words can express. Mom, I read the letter 3 times, tears streaming down my face. My mother wasn't a monster. She was a scared kid who made an impossible choice. But she still lied to me. For 28 years. I don't sleep that night. I stay in my mother's apartment, reading the letter over and over, looking at the photos of baby Chloe, trying to wrap my mind around this new reality. By morning, I've made a decision. I need to meet Chloe. I send her a text. Hi. This is Alexandra Hayes. Your sister. David gave me your number. Can we talk? The response comes within minutes. Oh my God. Yes. Please. When? Today, if possible. I can drive down to Seattle. I'll leave now. 4 hours later, I'm sitting in a coffee shop in Capitol Hill, my hands wrapped around a lukewarm latte I haven't touched. The door opens, and she walks in. Chloe Miller, 23 years old. Wavy brown hair pulled into a messy bun, green eyes scanning the room nervously, wearing scrubs under a winter coat. She sees me. Our eyes meet. For a moment, neither of us moves. Then she walks over, slowly, like she's approaching a wild animal. Alexandra. I stand. Yeah. Hi. We stand there awkwardly for a second. Then, impulsively, she hugs me. I'm so sorry. About your mom. About all of this. I hug her back, stiff and uncertain. We sit down. She orders a coffee. The barista calls out names, and we both jump at every sound. Finally, Chloe speaks. I don't even know where to start. Me neither. She laughs nervously. This is so weird. Very weird. She takes a deep breath. I've wanted to meet you for 2 years. Rebecca, our mom, she talked about you all the time. She was so proud of you. I feel a pang of something. Jealousy? Relief? I can't tell. She talked about you too. In the letter. You found the letter? I nod. And the photos. And the texts. I went through her phone after the heart attack. Chloe looks down at her coffee. I'm sorry you had to find out that way. Were you ever going to tell me? She looks up, surprised. Me? I wanted to. I asked Rebecca multiple times if I could reach out to you. But she said no. She said it had to come from her. So you just waited? What else could I do? She's my mother too, but she made it clear that you came first. That she didn't want to hurt you. I sit back, processing this. Tell me about yourself. Your life. Chloe smiles sadly. My adoptive parents are good people. They live in Connecticut. Dad's a dentist. Mom's a teacher. They told me I was adopted when I was 8. Always made me feel loved. That's good. But I always wondered about my biological parents. Who they were, why they gave me up if they ever thought about me. So you did the DNA test? Yeah. 2 years ago. I matched with some distant cousins on David's side. It took months to track him down, but eventually I found him. He told me about Rebecca. And you wanted to meet her. Of course. Wouldn't you? I don't know how to answer that. Chloe continues. When I finally met her, it was emotional. She cried. I cried. She apologized over and over. But I wasn't angry. I just wanted to know her. Did she tell you about me right away? She did. She showed me pictures. Told me you were a graphic designer, living in Portland, creative and stubborn and kind. She said you were her pride and joy. I feel tears welling up. She should have told me about you. I know. I told her that. David told her that. But she was terrified of losing you. She didn't lose me. She broke my trust. Chloe reaches across the table and takes my hand. She loves you. More than anything. She told me that the hardest part of meeting me was feeling like she was betraying you. I look at this stranger, my sister, and see my mother's eyes staring back at me. What do we do now? Chloe squeezes my hand. We figure it out. Together. Over the next few days, Chloe and I spend hours talking. She stays in Seattle, taking time off work to be near the hospital. We sit in coffee shops, walk through Pike Place Market, talk about our lives, our childhoods, our mother. It's strange. We're strangers, but we're also family. We share DNA, a mother, a history we're only just beginning to uncover. Chloe tells me about growing up in Connecticut, about her adoptive parents who loved her fiercely, about the moment she decided to search for her biological family. I tell her about losing my father, about my mother raising me alone, about the weight of being someone's entire world. We compare photos. Pictures of us as babies. We could almost be twins. Same nose, same chin, same smile. I was the lucky one, I realize. I got to grow up with her. Chloe shakes her head. We were both lucky. Just in different ways. We visit my mother every day. She's still unconscious, still stable. Chloe sits on one side of the bed. I sit on the other. We hold her hands and talk to her, hoping she can hear us. Wake up, Mom. We're here. Both of us. But she doesn't wake up. Dr. Morrison tells us it's still too early. The heart needs time to heal. The body needs rest. But I can see the worry in his eyes. One afternoon, Chloe and I go back to my mother's apartment. We go through more of her things, looking for answers, for understanding. We find journals. Years of journals, hidden in the back of her closet. We sit on the floor and read them together. Entries from 1994. I held her for 2 hours. 2 hours. Then they took her away. My arms feel empty. My heart is broken. I don't know how to live with this. Entries from 1995. I saw a baby today at the grocery store. She had Chloe's eyes. I had to leave my cart and walk out. I'm never going to be okay. Entries from 2008. After my father died, I have to be strong for Alex. She's lost so much. I can't fall apart. But at night, I think about Chloe. I wonder if she's happy. I wonder if she hates me. Entries from 2022. Chloe found me. After all these years. She's beautiful. She's kind. She's a nurse. She saves lives. I'm so proud of her. But I don't know how to tell Alex. How do I explain that I had another daughter? How do I make her understand? Chloe and I cry together, reading our mother's pain, her guilt, her love. She never stopped thinking about you, I tell Chloe. And she never stopped protecting you, Chloe tells me. We find more photos. Pictures of David and Rebecca from the 90s. So young, so hopeful. Pictures of me as a baby. Pictures of Chloe from recent visits. We find a birthday card Chloe sent my mother last year. It says, "Thank you for giving me life, even if you couldn't keep me. I forgive you. Love, Chloe." I look at Chloe. You forgave her? She nods. I had to. Anger would have destroyed me. I don't know if I can forgive her yet. Chloe takes my hand. You will. When you're ready. On the 5th day, my mother wakes up. It's early morning. Chloe and I are both in the room, half asleep in uncomfortable chairs, when the heart monitor changes rhythm. We both jolt awake. My mother's eyes flutter open. She looks around, disoriented, confused. Her gaze lands on me first. Alex. Her voice is hoarse, barely a whisper. I'm here, Mom. I'm right here. I stand and move to her bedside, taking her hand. She squeezes it weakly. Then her eyes shift to the other side of the bed. She sees Chloe. Her face goes white, whiter than it already was. Chloe. Chloe smiles gently. Hi, Rebecca. My mother's eyes fill with tears. She looks back at me, then at Chloe, then at me again. You know? Her voice breaks on the last word. I know everything, Mom. I pull out her phone from my bag and set it on the bed between us. I read all the messages. I found the photos. I read your letter. And I met my sister. My mother closes her eyes, tears streaming down her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you tell me? Her eyes open again, full of anguish. Because I was a coward. Because I was ashamed. Because I thought you'd hate me. I would never hate you. But my voice wavers. Because part of me does feel something like hate. Or maybe it's just hurt disguised as anger. You lied to me my entire life. I never lied. I couldn't find the words. For 28 years. My mother reaches for my hand, but I pull away. Alex, please, you had another daughter. You gave her away. And then you found her again and you built a relationship with her and you never told me. Do you know how that feels? My mother sobs openly now. I was trying to protect you. Protect me from what? From knowing I have a sister? From knowing you're human and you made hard choices when you were young? Chloe speaks up softly. Alexandra, maybe we should know. She needs to hear this. I turn back to my mother. You always told me we didn't have secrets. That we were a team. That it was just you and me. Against the world. But it was all based on a lie. It wasn't a lie. You were always my priority. Always. But I wasn't your only child. The words hang in the air. My mother looks at me with such devastation that I almost take it back. Almost. You're right. You weren't my only child. But you were the child I got to keep. The child I got to raise. The child I got to love every single day. She looks at Chloe. I loved Chloe from the moment she was born. But I had to let her go. I had to trust that someone else would love her the way I couldn't. Chloe wipes her own tears. I had a good life, Rebecca. My parents loved me. My mother nods. I'm so grateful for that. But it doesn't change the fact that I abandoned you. You didn't abandon me. You made an impossible choice. I look between them, these two people who share blood and history and pain. When did you plan to tell me? My mother takes a shaky breath. I tried so many times. I'd practice what I'd say. I'd pick up the phone. But every time, I'd freeze. I was so afraid of losing you. You almost lost me anyway. When you had the heart attack, I thought you were going to die. And I would have spent the rest of my life not knowing the truth. I know. And that's my biggest regret. She reaches for my hand again. This time, I let her take it. I should have told you years ago. I should have been brave enough. But I wasn't. And I'm sorry. We sit in silence for a while. The only sound is the steady beep of the heart monitor and the occasional footsteps in the hallway. Finally, I ask the question that's been haunting me. Why did you have the heart attack? My mother looks away. The doctors said it was stress, genetics, lifestyle factors. But I know there's more. I saw David's last message. My mother's face crumbles. He gave me an ultimatum. He said if I didn't tell you about Chloe, he would. He said he was done hiding, done lying, done watching me tear myself apart over this secret. When did he send that? The night before. Around midnight. My mother's voice is barely audible now. We'd been arguing for weeks. He thought I should tell you. Chloe thought I should tell you. Even my therapist thought I should tell you. You were in therapy for 2 years. Ever since Chloe found me. I couldn't handle the guilt, the fear, the constant anxiety of keeping the secret. So what happened that night? My mother closes her eyes. David called me. He said he'd given me enough time. That Chloe deserved to have a relationship with her sister. That you deserved to know the truth. That he was going to contact you himself if I didn't do it within the week. And that's when I felt it. The pain in my chest. The tightness. I thought it was just a panic attack at first. But then it got worse. I couldn't breathe. I managed to call 911 before I collapsed. My mother opens her eyes and looks at me. It wasn't just my heart that broke that night. It was everything. The weight of 30 years of secrets, of guilt, of shame. My body just gave out. Chloe leans forward. This is my fault. If I hadn't pushed, no. My mother cuts her off firmly. This is not your fault. This is my fault. I made the choices that led here. I kept the secrets. I carried the weight. And my body paid the price. She looks at both of us. I should have told you, Alex, the moment Chloe reached out. I should have sat you down and explained everything. But I was selfish. I wanted to keep you both, and I was terrified that I couldn't. You can keep us both. The words come out before I can stop them. My mother looks at me, hope flickering in her eyes. Really? I look at Chloe. She's become important to me over these past few days. Despite everything, despite the shock and the hurt, I've come to care about her. She's my sister. I don't want to lose her. Chloe smiles through her tears. You won't. I promise. My mother reaches for both of our hands, holding them together. I don't deserve either of you. Probably not. But you've got us anyway. For the first time in days, my mother smiles. A real, genuine smile. How did I get so lucky? We sit like that for a long time, the three of us, connected by blood and secrets and forgiveness that's just beginning to take root. Over the next 2 weeks, my mother slowly recovers. The doctors are cautiously optimistic. She'll need medication, lifestyle changes, therapy, both physical and mental. But she's going to be okay. Chloe extends her leave from work. We spend almost every day together, getting to know each other, building the relationship we should have had all along. We discover we have a lot in common. We both love old movies, especially anything by Studio Ghibli. We both hate cilantro. We both have the same nervous habit of twirling our hair when we're anxious. But we're also different. Chloe is more outgoing, more trusting. She makes friends easily, sees the best in people. I'm more guarded, more skeptical. She's the person I might have been if I hadn't lost my father at 12. I'm the person she might have been if she'd grown up with our mother. One afternoon, We take our mother for a walk around the hospital, her first time out of bed in 2 weeks. She's weak, moving slowly with a walker, but she's determined. We walk down to the hospital garden, a small courtyard with benches and flowers and a fountain. Our mother sits on a bench, Chloe and I on either side of her. I never thought I'd have this. Both of my daughters, together. You could have had it years ago if you just told me.
I know.
But I have it now. And I'm not going to waste a single moment. She looks at Chloe. Tell me about your life. Your childhood. Everything I missed. Chloe talks about growing up in Connecticut, about her adoptive parents, Martha and James Miller, who loved her fiercely. About dance recitals and science fairs and family vacations to Cape Cod. Our mother listens, crying quietly, nodding, asking questions. They sound like wonderful people.
They are.
They gave me everything. Chloe pulls out her phone and shows pictures. Her adoptive parents, her childhood home, her at various ages. Our mother studies each photo carefully, as if trying to memorize every detail. I'm so grateful to them for giving you the life I couldn't. You gave me life. They gave me a childhood. I'm lucky to have had both. Then our mother turns to me. Tell me about you. About these past few weeks. How are you really doing? I take a deep breath. I'm processing. Some days I'm angry. Some days I'm sad. Some days
I'm okay.
it's a lot. That's fair. But I'm trying. I'm trying to understand why you made the choices you made. I'm trying to forgive. That's all I can ask for. I look at Chloe. And I'm trying to build a relationship with my sister. Which is weird and wonderful and complicated. Chloe bumps my shoulder playfully. Mostly wonderful though, right?
I smile.
Mostly wonderful. Our mother watches us with such joy on her face that it almost hurts to see. You two are going to be okay. Better than okay. We sit in the garden for an hour, talking, laughing, crying. A family learning how to be a family. 6 weeks after the heart attack, the doctors finally discharge my mother. She's recovering well, but she'll need to take it easy for a while. Chloe and I help her move back into her apartment. We stock her fridge, organize her medications, make sure she has everything she needs. David comes to visit, the first time I've met him in person. He's kind, gentle, clearly still in love with my mother after all these years. They never got back together romantically. Too much time had passed, too many different lives lived. But they're friends now. Co-parents to Chloe in a strange, belated way. He apologizes to me for the ultimatum, for the role he played in my mother's heart attack. You were right to push her. She needed to tell me.
He nods.
But the timing. I should have been more patient.
Maybe.
Or maybe it needed to happen exactly how it did. One evening, a week after my mother comes home, the three of us, my mother, Chloe, and I, drive to the coast. We end up at Cape Cod, the same beach where our mother used to come as a teenager, the same place where she wrote the letter I found. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink and purple. The ocean stretches endlessly before us. We walk along the shore, the cold water lapping at our feet. Our mother stops and looks out at the horizon. When I was 18 and pregnant, I used to come here. I'd sit on the beach and try to imagine what Chloe's life would be like. I'd wonder if she'd be happy, if she'd be loved, if she'd forgive me. She turns to Chloe. And here you are. Happy, loved, forgiving. Chloe hugs her.
I'm here.
Then our mother looks at me. And here you are. My firstborn in my heart, even if Chloe was my firstborn in time. Angry, hurt, but trying. That's more than I deserve. I hug her too. You're not allowed to have any more heart attacks, okay? We just got this family figured out.
She laughs. Deal.
We stand there, the three of us, as the sun dips below the horizon. Our mother pulls out a small wooden box from her bag, the same box I found in her drawer, the one with Chloe's baby photos and hospital bracelet. I want you to have this.
Both of you.
She opens it and takes out 2 necklaces, the silver lockets I'd noticed in the photos. I bought 3 of these the day Chloe was born. One for me, one for her, one for any future children I might have. She hands one to Chloe, one to me. Inside each locket is a tiny photo. In Chloe's, a picture of our mother holding newborn Chloe. In mine, a picture of our mother holding newborn me. And in our mother's locket, when she opens it to show us, a picture of the 3 of us from last week, taken in the hospital garden.
My family.
Complete at last. We put on the necklaces. 3 matching lockets, 3 parts of one story. The wind picks up, cold and salty. Seagulls cry overhead. I have one more thing. Our mother pulls out a letter, not old like the one I found, but new, written in her shaky handwriting from the hospital. I wrote this while you were both getting coffee one day. I want you to read it together, after I'm gone. Not now, but someday. Mom, don't talk like that. I'm not being morbid. I'm being realistic. I'm 52 years old with a damaged heart. I'm going to die someday. And when I do, I want you both to know. She takes a breath. I want you both to know that you saved me. Chloe, you gave me purpose when I was 18 and lost. Alex, you gave me purpose again when I was widowed and broken. You're both my redemption. We're crying now, all 3 of us, standing on this beach as the sky turns from gold to deep blue. Promise me you'll stay in each other's lives. Promise me you'll be sisters, not just in blood but in bond. We promise. Our mother smiles. Then I can rest easy. We stay at the beach until the stars come out. We build a small fire, wrap ourselves in blankets, and talk about everything and nothing. Chloe tells stories about her patients at the hospital. I talk about my design projects. Our mother listens, content, at peace. Around midnight, we drive back to Seattle. Chloe is flying back to Boston in the morning. She's been gone too long from work, from her life. But we're not saying goodbye. We're saying see you soon. Because now we're family. Real family. The kind that knows the ugly truths and loves anyway. 3 months later, I get a call. It's Chloe. I'm moving to Seattle. What? Mass General has a transfer program. I applied. I got it. I start in 6 weeks. I'm stunned. You're moving here? I want to be close to Mom. And to you. If that's okay. Of course it's okay. She laughs. Good. Because I already signed the lease on an apartment in Capitol Hill. We're going to be neighbors. And just like that, my family expands again. Chloe moves to Seattle. She and I have weekly dinners. We bring our mother, when she's feeling strong enough. David visits sometimes too. The 4 of us, an unconventional family stitched together from secrets and second chances. My mother continues therapy. She's learning to forgive herself, to live without the weight of shame. She tells me one day, I spent 30 years thinking I didn't deserve happiness because of what I did. But maybe the point isn't to deserve it. Maybe the point is just to accept it when it comes. I think about that a lot. About forgiveness. About second chances. About the ways families break and mend and become something new. 1 year after the heart attack, we return to Cape Cod. It's February 14th, Chloe's birthday. She's 24 now. We scatter flowers in the ocean, a symbolic gesture for all the years lost, all the pain carried. But we're not sad. We're celebrating. Celebrating the family we've become. The truth we can finally live in. My mother is healthier now, both physically and emotionally. She takes her medication, goes to therapy, practices mindfulness. And she smiles more. Really smiles. without the shadow of guilt behind her eyes. Chloe and I have become inseparable. We talk every day, see each other multiple times a week. She's dating someone, a firefighter named Marcus who treats her like she's precious. I'm seeing someone too, a software engineer named Daniel who makes me laugh and doesn't run away when I explain my complicated family situation. We're building lives that include each other. As the sun sets on Chloe's birthday, my mother pulls out the letter she wrote a year ago in the hospital. Are you ready to read this now? Chloe and I look at each other. We nod. Our mother hands it to me. I open it carefully. My dearest daughters, if you're reading this, I'm gone. And that's okay. I've made my peace with mortality. What matters is that you have each other. Alexandra, you were my second chance. You taught me that love doesn't run out, that it multiplies. That I could mother again, better this time, armed with the wisdom that came from losing Chloe. Chloe, you were my first love. You taught me that some choices break you, but they also make you. That pain can coexist with purpose. I hope you'll forgive me for the years lost. I hope you'll remember that every choice I made, right or wrong, came from a place of love. Be sisters. Be friends. Be there for each other in ways I couldn't always be there for you. And remember, family isn't just blood. It's not just shared DNA or last names. It's choosing to show up, day after day, even when it's hard. You two chose each other. That makes you more than sisters. That makes you family in the truest sense. I love you both, infinitely and equally. Mom, we sit on the beach, crying and laughing, holding each other as the waves crash and the sky darkens. I look at my sister, my unexpected gift, my mirror, my family, and I understand what our mother meant. Some truths break us, but they also set us free. I checked my mother's phone one last time. The old messages from David are still there, archived but not deleted. A reminder of where we've been, of the secrets that almost destroyed us, of the love that saved us. I turn off the phone and put it away. We don't need it anymore. We have each other. And that's enough. My name is Alexandra Hayes, 28 years old, graphic designer, daughter, sister. And I finally understand what family means. This story is dedicated to everyone who's ever discovered a truth that changed everything. To the families built from broken pieces. To the sisters who find each other against all odds. You are not alone. You are seen. You are loved.